Did you know that over 50% of people in relationships feel like they've settled for less than what they truly want? And yet, many stay in those relationships, convincing themselves that it's better than being alone. It's easy to fall into the trap of comfort, but here's the truth: settling can hurt your happiness and your future. In this video, we're diving into why people settle in their relationships and how it affects their mental health. The scary part? Most don't even realize they're settling until it's too late. In fact, studies show that people who settle are more likely to experience feelings of regret, anxiety, and even depression later in life. But here's the good news: you don't have to stay stuck in a relationship that isn't right for you. We'll talk about how to spot the signs of settling, why comfort can sometimes be the biggest trap, and most importantly, how to break free and create the love life you actually deserve. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have a clearer understanding of your relationship, and maybe even the courage to make a change. Ready to find out if you're settling? Let's get started. Chapter 1: The Illusion of Comfort. Is familiarity holding you back? We all love feeling comfortable in our relationships. It's natural to want stability and peace. But sometimes, that comfort can be a trap. According to research from the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships, people often confuse comfort with love, sticking around simply because things feel familiar. But does familiarity equal happiness? Not always. Comfort can keep you from growing. Staying in a safe space might mean avoiding necessary challenges or changes that could improve the relationship. This could lead to emotional stagnation. Relationships need evolution to stay alive, just like we do. Dr. Laura Berman, a relationship expert, points out that true love grows when partners encourage and push each other to be the best versions of themselves. When we get too comfortable, we stop asking ourselves the hard questions. Are we truly happy, or are we just avoiding the discomfort of being alone or changing things? Here's the thing: growth in a relationship comes when you're both willing to get uncomfortable. It's not always easy, but it's necessary for a thriving bond. So, if you're wondering whether you're settling, ask yourself, are you with your partner because you love them, or because it's easier than facing the unknown? The truth is, if you're afraid to rock the boat may not be the best place for you. Chapter 2: Red Flags in Rose-Colored Glasses. Are you ignoring the signs? It's easy to ignore red flags when you're in love or when you fear losing someone. But ignoring these signs can lead to years of unfulfilled expectations. Psychologist Dr. Terry Orbuch, who studied couples for over 30 years, says that people tend to ignore the red flags, hoping that the relationship will improve over time. Sadly, this often backfires. One of the most common signs that you're settling is when you're consistently unhappy but don't do anything about it. It could be constant arguments, a lack of intimacy, or feeling emotionally neglected. According to a survey by the National Marriage Project, couples who settle for relationships without addressing problems are 40% more likely to experience long-term dissatisfaction. Another red flag? Compromising on your core values. If you're settling, you might catch yourself agreeing to things you once would never tolerate. When you give up too much of who you are, it's a sign that you might be sacrificing happiness for the sake of keeping the peace. In the 7 Principles for Making Marriage Work, Dr. John Gottman emphasizes that when core values clash, the relationship faces long-term challenges. To avoid settling, trust your gut. If something feels off, pay attention. It might not be about major fights, but the little things that accumulate, feeling unappreciated or disregarded. Ignoring these signs will only create resentment down the line. Start asking yourself honest questions. Are you staying because of fear? Are you ignoring something that you know deep down isn't right? Being self-aware can help you avoid getting stuck in a cycle of dissatisfaction. Chapter 3: Love versus Comfort. Choosing the relationship you deserve. Comfort is great, but love is better. Too many people get stuck in relationships because they're easy or predictable. But love, real love, requires effort, vulnerability, and sometimes discomfort. Love isn't just about feeling safe, it's about feeling alive. Research from the American Psychological Association shows that couples who actively seek new experiences together, whether it's travel, learning, or trying new activities, report higher levels of satisfaction and closeness. This is because love thrives in an environment where both partners are willing to grow, take risks, and step outside their comfort zones. But how do you know if you're settling for comfort instead of love? Start by looking at how your relationship challenges you. Are you both growing together, or are you stuck in the same patterns? A loving relationship doesn't just go through the motions, it sparks new experiences, deep conversations, and the constant pursuit of understanding one another. In her book The Meaning of Marriage, Timothy Keller shares that true love is not about avoiding conflict but about learning to work through it with respect and understanding. Settling often means avoiding conflict because it's easier. But love, real love, means tackling challenges together and coming out stronger. If you're only staying because the relationship is easy, you're missing out on something deeper. The best relationships are built on the willingness to face difficulties head-on and emerge better for it. So, don't settle for a relationship that's comfortable, aim for one that excites you, challenges you, and makes you a better person. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're enjoying this, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss the next steps toward finding the love you deserve. Chapter 4, The Settling Syndrome, How to Spot It Before It's Too Late. We all know that feeling when something isn't quite right, but we brush it off. This is the settling syndrome, when you start convincing yourself that you can live with things the way they are, even if it's not ideal. According to Dr. Terry Orbuch, over 50% of people in relationships settle because they fear being alone. But what happens when you ignore your inner voice and stay in a relationship that doesn't truly fulfill you? The first sign of settling syndrome is rationalizing problems. You find yourself making excuses for things that deep down, you know aren't okay. Maybe your partner doesn't listen to you, or perhaps there's a lack of excitement. Instead of addressing these issues, you tell yourself, it's fine. It could be worse. Studies show that people who stay in unsatisfactory relationships tend to experience higher levels of stress and lower levels of happiness. A report from the Journal of Marriage and Family found that couples who settle are more likely to have higher rates of depression and anxiety compared to those in fulfilling partnerships. One key strategy to break free from settling syndrome is to reflect on your needs. Take time to figure out what truly matters to you in a relationship. Are you getting emotional support, respect, and growth opportunities? If not, it might be time to reconsider whether you're truly settling. Your happiness is too important to compromise. Self-awareness is your greatest ally. If you notice yourself constantly suppressing your feelings or putting your partner's needs before your own, it's time to step back. Ask yourself, am I really happy? If the answer is no, it's time to make a change. Don't let fear of loneliness hold you back from experiencing real, fulfilling love. Chapter 5, Breaking Free from Your Comfort Zone, Steps Toward Real Love. Breaking free from the comfortable but unfulfilling relationship you've been in is tough. It's easier to stay in a predictable relationship than to venture into the unknown. But the truth is, growth happens outside your comfort zone. Psychologist Dr. Harriet Lerner explains that staying in a relationship that doesn't meet your needs leads to emotional exhaustion. If you want a relationship that fuels you, you need to step out of that familiar zone. One strategy for breaking free is to rediscover yourself. Before you can move forward, reconnect with who you are outside of the relationship. Research from the University of California shows that people who engage in self-reflection tend to have more clarity about what they want in their relationships. Whether it's picking up a hobby you love or focusing on your career, find ways to develop yourself. Another powerful tactic is to set clear boundaries. In many relationships, people who are settling have trouble saying no to things they aren't comfortable with. Setting boundaries helps protect your emotional well-being and encourages healthier relationships. When you set limits, you let your partner know what you need and expect. You can also challenge your fears. The fear of being alone often holds people back from leaving relationships that aren't right for them. A study by the American Journal of Psychiatry revealed that staying in unhealthy relationships due to fear of loneliness is linked to increased depression and anxiety. But here's the thing, embracing solitude can lead to personal growth, and often, it's the key to finding better love. Take small steps toward independence. Whether it's taking a weekend trip solo or deciding to focus on personal goals, start breaking the emotional dependency you might have. As you grow and learn to love yourself, you'll open the door to real love, one where you're not settling, but thriving. Chapter 6, Unsettling the settled, how to ignite passion and rekindle true love. Maybe you're in a relationship that feels settled but not in the passionate, loving way you once imagined. The good news is that rekindling the spark is possible. According to Dr. Gary Chapman, author of The 5 Love Languages, relationships often lose passion when partners stop communicating their needs. When the excitement fades, it's easy to assume that the love is gone. But that's not always the case. One of the first strategies to reignite passion is to open up communication. Regularly check in with each other about feelings, desires, and needs. Dr. John Gottman, a renowned relationship expert, says that couples who discuss their feelings openly and respectfully have a 75% higher chance of staying together long term. Next, try new experiences together. A study published in Psychological Science found that couples who try novel activities together experience increased relationship satisfaction. This could mean taking a dance class, trying a new cuisine, or even traveling somewhere new. New experiences create memories and help break the monotony that can settle in. Intimacy also plays a huge role in reigniting love. But here's the catch: intimacy isn't just physical. Emotional intimacy is just as important. Spending quality time without distractions, whether it's a quiet dinner or a long conversation, helps you reconnect on a deeper level. Another strategy is to focus on appreciation. Dr. Laura Berman suggests that one way to reignite passion is by actively appreciating each other's qualities. When you show gratitude for your partner, it reignites feelings of affection. Simple acts of appreciation, like complimenting your partner or thanking them for their support, can make a huge difference. Lastly, don't be afraid to spice things up. Doing something unexpected, whether it's a surprise date night or sharing a heartfelt note, can add a sense of excitement. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Author John Gray emphasizes that small surprises create emotional peaks that keep love alive. Remember, rekindling passion takes effort from both partners. But if you're both committed, you can transform your settled relationship into one filled with excitement, love, and growth. Don't settle for anything less than the love you deserve. Thank you for watching. Be sure to hit subscribe and join our community for more relationship tips that can help you grow and find true happiness.